this off. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Florida's offense will go on the attack first. Renegade was feeling his oats the last time these two got together as Florida State blew out the Gators.
And with that win, it just carried so much momentum throughout the rest of the season for the Seminoles and in the offseason as well. This is one of those games, if you win like that, you make a statement, not just in the state of Florida, but all across the country.
Oh, they're after him. Oh, he's got some space. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the Dome. Wilson to pass. And they're not on the same page there. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Got it in the middle, it's Gibson. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warrick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys bleeding into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. And you want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the pass. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Looking for a man. It's Sperry. it's normal. Touchdown Seminoles! Ball down near the end and then stroll into the end zone for the score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That drive covers 62 yards for the touchdown. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Guys, let's chat about Florida. They climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next one?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep going.
The Gators will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Motion from the wide receiver. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs.
How about that play? A diving snag along the right side. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. And throws off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Flex it out of the air. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Seminoles have this offense rolling. Grabbed behind the line, it's Gibson. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to throw, it's Sperry. Working that wide receiver screen. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. He'll try the left side. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Gators have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. The play action fake. Finds his tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. Got it set up on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. Wilson will throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. Return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's caught. It's Gibson.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Finds a tight end. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
I love finding those easy plays that I know are low risk, but I'm going to get some positive yards, keep me ahead of the sticks, find my tight end, run a little out route, stay in the middle of the field. Nice high percentage play.
They'll go back to the ground. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
Well, this game certainly doesn't have the longevity historically that a lot of other rivalries have in college football, but this game always means so much. It impacts the conference championship race, the national championship race, and the Heisman Trophy race.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
He's got it on the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And now on second down for this offense. Off the play fake. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line. Handoff to the lone back.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Now, I mean, receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Bringing the heat. Finds his man. It's Daniels. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. The Gators decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He's got it. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Finds us back in the middle. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
And how nice is it, David, on 3rd down to have a viable option running routes out of your backfield? That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back. Nice route, looking like he's going outside, cuts it in. Nice timing and rhythm with the quarterback. Nice 3rd down conversion.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Rides the back and leaves it on the option. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Noles line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Noles back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for them.
Back to pass, it's Sperry. Flushed out of the pocket. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. They'll try the right side. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and goal. Tight tight end now in motion. They'll try to pass their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, no!
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Oregon is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Justin Herbert had a hand in getting this kid to Eugene, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Washington.
Breaks into the open. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. And the Gators want to pick up the tempo. Wilson to pass. Throwing right. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and trying to make it happen, but the defense...
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Gators send out the punt unit. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 41. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, David.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. Get it out on the screen. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Norman. And he's brought down after a nice game. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Splits the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And the returner will be knocked down. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Gators and Noles.
The Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Looking for a productive play on first down. Right back to the well. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge all week long. They knew that they had to key on this guy and really
turning it on. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Finds a man by himself. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Seminoles didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He'll pull it on the read. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. And the Gators just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Off play action on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The give to the left side. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's dragged down.
Well, they were able at least to get a lot of the yardage back on that last play. And how about running the football to do it? This dude is special, man, when he's got the ball in his hands.
Wilson will throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25. The Gators will punt it away on 4th down. We've seen a run of the punt team 6 times tonight. He'll field the punt and take it back. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Bought a little time, lets it go. The sure hands, it's Norman. Strong, firm tackle.
Well, if you're on defense, I mean, that's the way you want to get this quarterback running. He's right-handed, so get him to go to his left where you expect the accuracy to come way down. If they continue to do that, that's going to work in the defense's favor.
Here's the handoff. Gets it past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
Touchdown, Florida State! And the route is on. That Seminole war chant is getting louder as Florida State has built a big lead.
The Seminoles have been able to seize the momentum here in the second half, and they are now running away with this thing. Big plays all over the field have the Noles now looking good.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Oregon is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at foie gras on the menu tonight in Eugene. They're trailing by 14 to Washington. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Wilson to pass. Pressure coming. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the single back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trying play action. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
We're losing. We got to put a few drives together here, but most importantly, I got to stop getting my quarterback hit. I got to give him a little bit more protection, maybe that extra second so he can get that deep ball off or make some plays for this offense.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. To the air on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him.
There he goes. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll give it to the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The screen, and watch out. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Seminoles are flying down the field. Rides the back on the option, the give. Touchdown Seminoles! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got...
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. That's a live ball. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown it.
Breaks into the open. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
With the catch, it's Hoffman.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the kick.
Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, this They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off play action. Caught in the backfield. It's Jackson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. 3rd and short. Coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Wilson will throw. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great.
Going for it all. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll test the right side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Quick strike complete. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Grab near the sticks. It's Gibson. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if he's going to run it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, no! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed a...
He's going to let it go. excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Moving away from pressure. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. The Noles, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Dropping back, it's Berry. Pocket breaking down. Fakes to grab. Line getting set on 2nd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the Noles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Might be calling a hot route. They'll run play action. Extending the play. And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack.
You know, zone blitzes are so hard to identify if you're a quarterback, and sometimes there's small indicators that can give it away. Maybe it's a defensive end standing up in a 2-point stance. Maybe it's DBs piggybacked over top of each other in coverage. But if you don't see it, you might get hit in the back of the head.
This time of year, when you're the higher-ranked team, you're getting everybody's best shot. Guys, they answer the bell.
There are head coaches in this sport that say nameless, faceless opponents. You got to be able to show up. You got to be able to bring your best game to the park, regardless of who you're playing. A lot of eyes on this one, David, because of the rankings. But, man, they were easily the better team today.
Well, and I get that nameless, faceless, but when you play a ranked team, it gets your blood going a little bit. And you could tell they were ready to make a statement. Played a good squad. They made them look like they weren't a good squad, proving why they're ranked so high.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page. You get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
Offense is stopped. Will be a turnover on downs.
Wilson to pass. He's got his man. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Last completion got them a 1st down. Let's see what they do now. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It was vitriolic, it was intense, and it went to the Seminoles as Florida State will dine on Gator after winning in this rivalry matchup. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.